Hi guys! So I have Sprinkles here, one of the little cuties that keeps me busy. What is that? What is that? What is that? So, okay, I got you. I just want to make a video to make homecoming easier. So your puppy will be about this size going home. She's about 3 pounds, so roughly around that size when they're about 8 weeks old. You'll need a puppy, if that wasn't obvious, for homecoming. You're gonna need a kennel. You'll need a blanket. I like fleece blankets, cheap ones from Walmart. They're under $10. They're $5 to $6, I think, depending on where you're located. So we just get a fleece blanket that has a little bit of design on it. I find those are the easiest for puppies because there's no stuffing for them to pull out. If there happens to be an accident on them, they're just easy to throw in the wash, easy to clean up and treat. So that's what I recommend. That doesn't mean you can't get a bed. You can definitely have a bed and start getting them acclimated to that. It's just, I've seen puppies rip up beds, and beds can get pretty pricey. So fleece blanket works the best. That's what I use for puppies. And even my adult dogs, they just like blankets better than beds most of the time. Another thing you'll need is gonna be chew toys. You wanna stick to safe chew toys. You wanna stick with like rope toys or tough fabric type of toys, because puppies have really puppies have puppy teeth, obviously, so their teeth aren't as strong as adult teeth, so you don't want to just bam whip out a big old bone. And even adult chew toys, you want to make sure you get something that's puppy safe. Rope toys are our favorites. We have like little pigs, softer type of rubber tough toys. There's a variety of different puppy toys you can use. I'll leave some links in the description of just different toys that I like, that we've used in the past, that we've had success with. And like I said, just stay away from chew toys meant for adults because they have stronger teeth than puppies. Another thing you'll need is food. If you got a puppy from me, we do feed Purina. we feed Purina, the pro blah 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 blah. Purina Pro Plan puppy formula. There we go, I got it. We like it. We've never had any issues on it. Some people don't like Purina. If you don't, you can always switch your dog. That's not an issue. You just need to switch them in increments. So do 75, 25, 50, 50, 25, 75, and then eventually get to the food that you want. Completely, you don't want to just bam switch because you'll give them tummy issues. Another thing you'll need are bowls. We use stainless steel. They're just the easiest to manage overall. We just have free ones that we can pick up, put down. When your puppy comes home, they are free fed. To help with accidents, I always recommend that families switch to scheduled feeding, so you want to feed them 3 times a day. When they're this young, I just free feed them because they're just now learning everything, so they come to you free fed. It's easy to switch them to scheduled meals. Sometimes they might skip one, sometimes they'll eat like they're starving to death. They're just switching onto a scheduled plan, and that's okay. You can expect that. We also use a water dribbler because Willow, if you've seen any of my other videos, Willow has a mustache and full-on beard. So what I noticed when they would drink, they just kind of shove their whole face in the water bowl while they're drinking because they're like, wow, this is amazing water. And then there was water all over their face. So when they'd walk around, they'd come and try and kiss me and love on me with their wet face, and it wasn't enjoyable. So what we've transitioned to was water dribblers. You just kind of have this little water bottle that has a spout, and then it has a little ball at the end of it, and then when they lick that, it lets out some water. So all of my dogs and the puppies are familiar with that. They have double. They have the water dribbler and the water bowl because I don't want them to go home and be searching for just the water dribbler. So that's what we use. I like it. I prefer it. We don't have wet mustaches. So you can do a water dribbler or you can do a bowl, whichever you prefer for water. The last thing you'll need is a potty box or a means of potty training. I recommend an indoor thing unless you're absolutely home all the time. You'll need some form of indoor potty training, especially if you're gone, you know, for a full shift, 7-8 hours. A puppy this tiny, if you're taking home, you cannot expect them to hold it all the way through. I mean, she's tiny, look at her. So you don't expect that. Eventually they will get there where they can hold it overnight. They can hold it for 7-hour stretches. But when they're this tiny, and if you're gonna leave them, I definitely recommend getting like an X pen to enclose them in, or if you have a designated room that they're going to be in, and then an area for them to potty. We use a potty box, so I plan to make a video for that as well, how we make our potty boxes. These puppies come potty box trained, or you can use pee pads, you can use newspaper. There's a variety of different, just little grass patches. You need some form of indoor potty training method for these early days. It's just gonna make your life easier, it's gonna make the puppy's life easier. And then once they get around 16 weeks old or so, you can start transitioning them away from the indoor potty method. It's just a fail-safe so you have less accidents inside the house. You're just gonna give them another outlet where they can have a designated potty area that you can manage and have available for them. That's about all you'll need bringing your puppy home. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about what to expect bringing your puppy home. Bringing your puppy home is very fun. It's very exciting. You want to love on them and you want to cuddle them and you want to take all kinds of pictures and you want them to sleep on your chest and you just want to love on them so much, and I understand that. But I cannot stress the importance enough that you still have to stick to a schedule. You can't just let them, you know, come in and be the princess of the castle without any type of structure. You can definitely love on them, you can pet them, you can hold them, you can let them take a nap here and there on you, but you still need to acclimate them to their kennels. You still need to make sure that they're sleeping where they're supposed to. You need to continue to remind them where they need to go potty. Coming home is very exciting for you and the puppy, so they just need some reminders so that they don't get some bad habits already instilled on them for their new home. So just keep in mind that when the puppy's coming to you, they're saying, hey, this is a new area. Let me find out what the rules are here. So you want to start off on a good foot. That's going to be the foundation of what your puppy is going to expect from you guys in your new home. Start where you want to continually do. Don't overdo it the first few days. You can expect an accident or two. That's just the easiest way to say it. Expect an accident or two. It's very exciting for the puppy. They forget, like, hey, I know where I'm supposed to go. You guys might forget, like, just being overwhelmed with the puppy's cuteness, and just have supplies on hand. You can use a vinegar solution, you can use Nature's Miracle, anything to clean up the spot. Get to it right away. Don't be overly shocked. Expect an accident or two. That's why you want to have your puppy in a monitored area the first few days. You want to be sure they're in an area where you can clean up, and it's not, you know, you letting them run around the house because you want them to find out where they live now, and then they find a cool little corner of carpet and they pee on it and you never know about it, and then you'll have perpetual problems later on because they've marked that area now. Watch them like a hawk, especially the very first few days, because they're excited, you're excited, everybody's excited. It's a fun time. Just keep on top of it. Remind them where they're supposed to go. Give them plenty and ample opportunity to go potty where they are supposed to. Another thing you might plan for is your puppy might cry a little. So while they're here, I try and acclimate them as much as I can to be kenneled by themselves, being kenneled in general, not being close by their mom anymore. But I do have a litter here. So they're used to having their brother and sisters around and or close by. So expect a little bit of whining. Some puppies adjust, they go to their new home, they're like, this is cool, I'm awesome, no worries. They don't cry at all through the night. They, you know, utilize their little potty box, they play with the toy by themselves. You'll never hear them at night. But some puppies go home and they're a little bit more attached to their brothers and sisters, so they might whine a little bit. They want to know that they're not alone anymore. So. She's all snoring. If your puppy does do that, then you can put them next to you and just kind of put your finger in the kennel. You don't want to take them out of the kennel or the X-pen area necessarily, because you'll kind of acclimate them to, okay, when I cry, somebody comes and takes me out and I don't want to be in here. I do recommend keeping them contained in that area, especially through the night, if you don't want them to start thinking like, okay, we can come out and play in the middle of the night. But usually it's just the first few nights. As long as you follow these little guidelines here that I'm setting for you, you won't find any more issues. They might whine a little bit once or twice, and then they'll move forward and they'll realize, okay, I'm in my new home, these are my new people. So expect lots of napping. This happens a lot. Puppies sleep 20-22 hours a day. I said that right. 20 to 22 hours a day. They sleep a lot. So when your puppy's awake and playing for 30 minutes, expect a nap right after. People freak out sometimes, like, oh my gosh, my puppy's in a kennel, or I went to work, they're sleeping. I can almost guarantee you they're sleeping. They sleep a lot. Puppies in general sleep a lot, and Havanese love their naps. So just expect a lot of napping. Havanese are notorious for funny napping too, so expect that. But just be ready to learn them and get used to your new normal, and congratulations on adding a little puppy to your life. It's a lot of fun and it brings a lot of joy and good memories. So these are things I just kind of want to hammer in. Like I said, I know I'm saying this a lot because it's very, very important. It's very, very exciting. It's a very exciting time, but you need to stay strict with your puppy. You need to put them, like right now she's napped in front of me for the purpose of this video. This is her little treat for the day. Normally when they start falling asleep all over my floor, I move them back to their kennel. That is where their designated nap area is. That's where you can guarantee they're not going to get stepped on. They're not going to get stuck into somewhere they're not supposed to. You just want them in their designated area. If you're getting a Havanese from me, they're kennel trained. So they're acclimated to their kennel and they know my kennel is my home. That is what they think. They're not scared of their kennel. They're not, you know, devastated by having to go in their kennel. They know that, hey, my kennel is where I go to nap. My kennel is where I am at night. They know this. So if they can't immediately access their kennel, you're gonna see them find a little table to hide underneath, or between two sofas, or somewhere, a small space that they can crawl in, a cabinet, a drawer, a shelf. They'll crawl in somewhere that reminds them of that kennel space, and they just kind of like to sleep there. So definitely keep strict with that. Keep strict with knowing when they're eating, reminding them where they need to go potty. You just need to keep a pretty good regimen with them so that things don't get out of control, because they can get out of control pretty quickly. When your puppy comes home, like I said, this is where you're gonna set your lasting routine. You wanna start on a good foot so you don't have to change any bad habits or train any bad habits out later. So start your routine from day one. As soon as your puppy enters you, love on them on the car ride home or wherever you might be. And then once you get home, immediately start the lasting routine. Start how you're gonna want them to be for the rest of the time that they're gonna be with you. A good tip I like to recommend to families is set a timer. When you see your puppy eat or drink, set a 45-minute to 1-hour timer depending on your puppy. You're gonna find out quickly how often that is that they need to pee or poop. But setting a timer is always helpful, so you can set a timer before and realize, oh, it's almost been 45 minutes. Let me go remind my puppy, and you'll be more successful in potty training that way, because you'll be able to anticipate when it is they're gonna go and remind them where it is that they need to go. And then the last thing, if you have other pets, take it slow. Slow, slow, slow. Remember that your pet that is with you right now is the one that's been there. They're the older sibling, so to speak. So you want to take it slow with them. I always recommend bring your puppy in the kennel, keep the puppy in the kennel, place the kennel inside of the house, and let the older pet come in, sniff around, realize who's entering their house now. So take it slow with that, and then release them and monitor at all times. Monitor for the first few days, make sure that everybody's acclimating to one another, and don't let the new puppy annoy the other animals too terribly much, because they like to play with everybody. Havanese are very social, so they're coming in ready to greet everybody. Just enjoy your puppy overall. Follow these little quick tips I'm giving you for this video of what to expect taking your puppy home. If you purchased a puppy from me, or even if you didn't, contact me anytime. All things Havanese I love. My motto is you can never have too many Havies, so that plays out in my daily life. I have plenty of Havanese to keep me entertained and make plenty of videos for you guys. So if you have any questions, leave comments for me. So the more feedback I get, the more I am better able to make the proper content and provide that for you guys to utilize. So definitely leave me any comments. I'm happy to answer questions and make new videos. Any of this didn't make sense or did make sense, or you need help with that, I'm here for the life of all of my Havanese and all my Havanese lovers. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me and sharing things with me. I really love to read those comments and to see that, and to see you guys liking and watching these videos. It means a lot to me, and I love doing this. So that's about it. Taking your puppy home, and kind of what to expect with these tiny little hairballs that are soon gonna enter your life.